Most people get this wrong when trying to get a refund on PayPal, and they either wait too long or choose the wrong option, which can make the process much harder than it should be. Here's the truth no one tells you. Getting a refund is actually straightforward if you follow the correct dispute process inside PayPal from the start. In this video, you'll learn exactly how to get a refund on PayPal in 2026 step by step, whether you were charged incorrectly, didn't receive an item, or got scammed. And by the end, you'll know how to maximize your chances of getting your money back quickly. Let's jump right in. First, open your PayPal app or go to the official website and log into your account. Once inside, go to the Activity tab. This is where all your transactions are stored. Now here's where most people make a mistake. They try to contact support randomly instead of using the official dispute system. But PayPal does not process refunds that way. Everything goes through the resolution center. Find the transaction you want a refund for and click on it. Then select Report a Problem. Now here's the key moment. PayPal will ask you what type of issue you are facing. You need to choose carefully here, because this decision affects your entire case. If you didn't receive an item, select Item Not Received. If the item is different from what was described, select Significantly Not As Described. If you see a payment you did not authorize, choose Unauthorized Transaction. Now here's where it gets interesting. Once you submit your report, your case enters the resolution center inside PayPal. At this stage, PayPal usually contacts the seller and gives them a chance to respond before escalating the case. But here's the problem most people face. They stop checking their account after opening the dispute. That is a mistake. You need to monitor your PayPal notifications and email because you may be asked for additional details or responses from the seller. Now, let's go deeper. If the seller responds, PayPal may ask you to communicate directly with them inside the resolution center. Keep your messages short and factual. For example, Alex might say, "I did not receive the item," instead of writing a long explanation. Simple messages work better in dispute cases. Now here's a retention moment you should not miss. If the seller does not resolve the issue, you can escalate the dispute to a claim. This is where PayPal steps in and makes a final decision. Many users win their refund only after escalation, so don't skip this step if needed. But here's where timing becomes critical. You usually have a limited window to escalate, often within about 20 days. If you miss this, your case may automatically close, and you could lose your chance for a refund. Now let's talk about evidence because this is where most refunds are decided. Upload anything that supports your case. This can include screenshots, order confirmations, tracking details, or messages with the seller. The clearer your proof, the stronger your claim becomes. Now here's another mistake people make. They open multiple disputes for the same transaction. That actually confuses the system and can slow down your case. Always keep one clear, organized dispute per transaction. Also, avoid deleting emails or ignoring PayPal messages. Even one missed response can weaken your claim. Now let's quickly summarize everything. Go to your PayPal activity, select the transaction, report a problem, choose the correct issue type, monitor your case in the resolution center, communicate clearly, and escalate if needed before the deadline. That is the full refund process. If you follow these steps correctly, you can avoid delays, strengthen your case, and significantly increase your chances of getting your money back. Now you know exactly how to get a refund on PayPal in 2026, step by step. If this video helped you, like it, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more simple, clear guides like this.